What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing the Raw recap. We started off tonight with Miz TV. Yay. The Miz introduces Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns says that he respects John Cena. And then he says, "Why am I out here talking to an idiot like you?" After a bit of back and forth between The Miz and Reigns, Roman Reigns challenges The Miz to a match. And of course, The Miz bitches out of it. Kurt Angle comes out, sets up a match for later on with The Miz versus Roman Reigns, and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel against Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan. Which brings us to our first match, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel against Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan. Matt Hardy had a lot of offense at the start of the match. Jason Jordan had a pretty good showing in the match as well. Matt Hardy got the twist of fate for the win. We then have a rematch from No Mercy, Elias Samson versus Apollo Crews. Not sure why we were having this match. Apollo Crews and Elias Samson were on the outside, and Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews were sitting there celebrating at ringside, and Elias kicks Titus O'Neil in the leg, putting him down. Apollo Crews throws Elias back into the ring. He checks on Titus O'Neil to make sure he's okay, gets in the ring, and Elias hits him with the drift away for the win. This was a match. Like I said, I don't know why we were having this match again. We then have Kurt Hawkins coming out saying who's next to make history, and Braun Strowman's music hit. As Braun Strowman's coming out to the ring, Kurt Hawkins beats feet out into the crowd, tries to run away, and Braun Strowman runs him down. Braun Strowman's a big boy, and that man can move. Holy shit. He choke slams Kurt Hawkins onto a table, throws him back on top of the ramp, and then power slams him through the screens, laying him out. Braun Strowman walks back to the ring, says he's not leaving until he gets somebody who's going to give him some good competition. After a few seconds, Dean Ambrose comes out, and I'll say this much. Dean Ambrose fought his ass off in this match, but Braun Strowman hit him with the power slam for the win. Later on in a backstage bit, Seth Rollins said he's going to be challenging Braun Strowman next week. We then have Alexa Bliss out in the ring, and she starts running down the crowd. Mickie James comes out, calls Alexa Bliss a coward. Alexa Bliss calls Mickie James old, and Mickie James beats the hell out of Alexa Bliss. We then have Seth Rollins versus Sheamus. Why? This was an match. Not really a whole lot to it. Seth Rollins won it. We then have a backstage bit between Goldust and Finn Balor regarding an interview that Finn Balor was in earlier. Goldust beats down Finn Balor, and we find out we're going to have a match between the two of them later on. We then have a recap between Cena and Reigns, which brings us into the Roman Reigns and Miz match. This is an okay match. Right at the beginning, the Miz tries to weasel out of the match. Roman Reigns knocks the Miz out of the ring. There was quite a bit of interference from the two Stooges. Reigns gets a Superman punch on the Miz for the win. After the match, the Three Stooges attack Roman Reigns from behind. Roman Reigns fights back, then Dallas and Axel attack him with a steel chair. The Miz got the skull-crushing finale on Roman Reigns twice. One of the times was on the steel chair. Then they stood over Roman Reigns and did the Shield fist bump. We then have Finn Balor versus Goldust. This is an match. Really nothing much to it. Finn Balor won it. After the match, flashy shit happened. And the only thing that's going on is some kid singing, "He's got the whole world in his hands." We then have a backstage bit with Enzo Amore coming up to Kurt Angle asking for protection during his celebration. Kurt Angle gives it to him. Kurt Angle tells Enzo Amore that he is very annoying. I tend to agree with him. We then have Nia Jax and Emma versus Bayley and Sasha Banks. I'm not sure where this was really supposed to go. I think this was just a match just to put the women on the show. It really didn't have any storyline behind it except for just fallout from No Mercy. Bayley and Sasha Banks won it. Kind of disappointing, being that that was supposed to be the main event, because it's the last match of the show. Because the last segment is Enzo Amore's Cruiserweight celebration. He comes out, runs his mouth as usual. He ends up missing a cue from backstage because he was supposed to be retiring his Certified G jersey. The Cruiserweight locker room come out. Enzo Amore runs down not every one of them, but a good portion of them. Then Neville comes out, telling Enzo that he made a joke of the cruiserweights, of the division, and of himself. Neville runs up to the ring, and Enzo tells him that if he touches him, he'll never get a shot at the title. Neville looks back at the cruiserweights and begins to beat down Enzo. Enzo tries to run away, and he gets chased back down the ramp from the other cruiserweights, right into the waiting arms of Neville. Neville continues the beat down, gets him back into the ring, goes up to the top rope, and gets him with the red arrow. we then end this episode of Raw. Being a fallout show for No Mercy, No Mercy was good. I actually liked the pay-per-view. Thinking they were going to go off the momentum of the pay-per-view and at least be on their game, they weren't. This one kind of sucked. Well, that'll do it for this episode. That'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back tomorrow for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below if you saw this Raw, what you thought about it. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.